Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today's episode number 256 of the Level Up program and day number 96 of the Brown Belt. If you're new to the program here, this is about my shooting the dice at the craps table and learning how to do it properly, as well as practicing a trend-based betting system. This is going to be my last live stream of 2023 because I'm going to be out of town the rest of the week. And our next live stream will be on January 1st of 2024. That sounds kind of weird to say, but in the chat, guys, we got JR stop in and say hi. We got Brian Fliego, Cajun Craps, Kevin Smith, Coffeeland, SJ, and Frida. Good morning to all. Hey guys, if you're playing along with Crapsee, make sure you check out the Crapsee app there. Press that play button and it'll bring you right to my table, or you can input the code F5, M8, M5. We also got Rick S checking in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to continue on with Stick Right 1 today. We're using the 5454 hardware set. And again, we're going to be continuing on with the blue collar craps, which is basically my way of saying a low dollar amount buy-in and trying to make at least $100 profit, so that we can rack it up, and then anything over that $100 we can use as play money, fun money, to try to explode and win lots of money. But anyhow, let's get started here, guys. Put in on Crapsee if you need rebuys. Make sure you let me know. Submit that rebuy. The last one just went through, did not get approved, but please send it through again and I will try to approve it. That is a fault on Crapsee's side. I'm not sure why it does that, but we'll go $10 on our pass line. I'm going to be playing in Dubuque, so if anybody's going to be in Dubuque in the next few days, let me know, and maybe we can do a meetup sometime. I'm planning on going probably tonight and probably on Friday. I'm going to be leaving this morning in about 2 hours, and we'll probably be getting back probably Sunday morning sometime. So again, need a rebuy, make sure you send it through. And $10 pass line bet here. Let's go. All bets set and dice out. And here we go. Ooh, that was a little bit of a wild throw to start off with, but we got the 268, the Duracell 8, and that would be go out, support free live craps. Make sure you give thumbs up, and make sure, let me re-engage KPI here. There you go. Perfect. So bring the dice, got a little flustered there for a second. But yeah, make sure that you support free live craps. Make sure that you give thumbs up where it is deserved. Make sure you subscribe if you do enjoy the channels that you're watching. Again, we're going to stick with that 5454 hardware set. And we also got Lazy Dog checking in. We got Dusted One checking in. Good morning, everyone. Kevin Smith says Stick Right 1 is the same position that he uses. That's awesome. Stick left 1, stick right 1, the two hardest positions usually on a table to get. Stick right 1 I think is a little bit easier normally to get, but I started learning the second position because a lot of times the casinos that I go to only open half of a table. I know I've seen that in Dubuque a couple times. I've seen that in Green Bay a lot, where they only open up half the table, and they always happen to open up the right side of the table. So that's the reason why I chose Stick Right 1. So it's working out pretty good for us right now. We have 8 as a point here. Let's go 66 inside. This is the strategy that I'll be using this week, is the skill 66. So we're going to go 66 inside. It's $10 on a 5 and 9. We've got $12. Whoops, let me restate that. I am not even thinking straight right now. It's too early in the morning. We got $15 on the 5 and 9. We got 18 on that 6. Let's go $10 pass line odds. And all bets set. Dice out. Good morning, Kevin. Crooked River Craps checking in here. Dice out. And we got Magic Aces, 112. So if you're playing at ATS, that would be a bookend for you. And by the way, on KPI, I figured out what was wrong yesterday with that one entry. I kept on entering a 6-5, and it showed up as 11, and it was registering as a 6-1, and it showed as a 6-1 on the screen. It's kind of weird. I figured out what was wrong with it, so I entered it in after I had done, and the KPI results were the same. It did not change the statistics at all. So yesterday's end of the day statistics, other than that 111 not showing up, was accurate. And I'll go through all that stuff when we get done at the end here. So Kevin says he's left-handed. That's why I prefer stick right. I've always had better rolls shooting from stick right than stick left. I'm the same way. I'm the opposite way. I'm actually left-handed, but I do majority of my stuff with my right hand. But since I started learning from stick right, I actually show a little bit better here, and I actually throw a little bit better from that side. I think it's because I have to concentrate a little bit more. But anyhow, that too did nothing for our bets. We'll go all bets set here. Good morning, Jason. And dice out. And we got 268, so we buck-shotted that point. So that is a consistent repeat number. So we have an early favorite here. Early favorite is the 8. And goes, whoot! He goes, left-handers unite. I am left-handed. I eat left-handed. I write left-handed. I did most everything else right-handed at all. So anyhow, 5454. Again, we're going to be looking for a new point. We're going to stick with a $10 pass line bet. One of the theories that you could do is if with your pass line you can parlay it. If you parlay it, it'd be instead of $10, you can bring it up to $20. I'd take a hit at 20. I'd stay at 20 for the next one. Parlay that one to 40 and then go back down to 30 after that. It's a little strategy that John from Casino Gaming TV uses. I am not going to employ that right now though. So we're going to stick with that $10 pass line bet. We have $22 brought back to the rack. Let's go all bets set. Dice did cross on us. We got a 415. That's the horse and buggy. So 415. And again, I announced my left die first, my right die second. I am watching it all the way down the table so I know which one is which. And I only watch one die while I'm doing that. So I don't watch the both of them. I watch for one so I know what that one ends up with and I can automatically tell what the other one is going to be then. Didn't watch a lot of craps last night on YouTube. I did play on Alfredo's table, that's about it, but I know that Gargoyle and Edwin Live did some rolling last night, so I'm interested to see that. I'm going to rewatch that today. We're going to take that $15 out to 5. We're going to put money on the 8. So we're going to start off with $18 on that 8. Remember, we took a hit in the last one, so we're going to go 1 unit up on all the inside numbers. So we're going to go to $24 on that 6 and 8. We're going to go $20 on that 9. Again, $10 pass line odds. And let's call that all bets set. Dice out. And we got a 5-6 mid-mo yo. So it looks like we're throwing a box number, a field number, a box number, a field number, and a box number. So we were getting a consistent number with that 6-2, but yeah. Okay, so I should go back and watch Ed and Gargoyle. That's good. Again, like I said, I saw that it was posted last night, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. I definitely will go watch it. I know that Ed occasionally jumps in and watches my videos. In fact, the other day he made a comment about how I changed my grip, and I had told him that I did that a couple months ago when I learned Stick Right 1. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So Kevin says, I missed Ed's live. Definitely want to watch it, see if Gargoyle's toss in action. I'd love to see that, his toss in that, but we'll also see how that live stream goes once you get Chris from Sideshow Gamble going. That would be kind of cool. Good morning, Coach Joe. So that 11 was no help for us. We'll go all bet set here. Dice out. I split apart a little bit when he left my fingers, and the result is a 2-5-7. So we were not able to get out of this shooter. Too many craps numbers, and then the big red shows up. We were close, though. We needed one more hit, and we would have been out of this shooter, and we would have been into profit. And let's go. We're going to double everything up. We're going to ladder it up this time. So we're going to go $20 on the pass line this time. Again, we're going to stick with that 5-4-5-4. We're going to see if we can get some of that money back. So we're just going to ladder up $20 on that pass line here. We lost $66 on the last shooter. So not the worst, I guess, but we do have to make up that $66 somehow. Let's go all bets set. We got 21 people watching live this morning. We got 9 likes. I do appreciate the support from everybody. I know that I'm going to say good luck to Brian and the Hawaii Craps Shooters crew, Uncle Hoku, and everybody that's along with them. Hopefully they do well over the next few days in Vegas. Rebranded as the Coffee Run starting next week. So if there's a little bit of streaming problems on YouTube, I apologize. It is working a little bit hard there. Hopefully it comes back again. I know I had this similar problem yesterday. I'm just going to keep on going because it will come out eventually here. So anyhow, all bets set here. 5-4-5-4. Dice out. That left our right die stuck. We have a 2-4-6. We have a 2x4, so 6 will be our new point. And I hope that it comes back on YouTube. Because it's showing that I have an error. I'm not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. So there's going to be buffering on your side, and I apologize for that. So we're going to go 132 inside this time. So that will be even my other computer's acting up a little bit too. So that's going to be $30 on the 5 and 9, 36 on that 8. We're going to go with a $10 pass line odds. We'll go to $15 on pass line odds. And we were going to go again 5-4-5-4. So I apologize if there's any buffering on your side. I had a little bit of a hiccup on the computer there. It happened yesterday morning also for a little bit, but it did come back here. So it should be, everything should be working again. And all bets set. Thank you for the feedback there, Lazy Dog. Ace out. Ooh, that was a little bit long on that landing zone. And we got OMC Craps, all the dots and all the spots, midnight. And that'd be Roger from OMC Craps. And I've not seen Roger check in yet. Usually he's one of the first ones. They must have a busy day. So Dustin wanted to ask, if I play the half table, do I shoot the length of the whole table? When they usually have half tables, I usually try to get stick right one or stick left one, depending on which side is open. When I first started shooting the dice, I did actually learn how to shoot from the end of the table, but I have not thrown from the end of the table much at all within the last year and a half, 2 years. But that will be a position that we will be practicing again in the future. The problem I have is I have to figure out how to set up my table here at home in order to practice this. And I'll show you guys why that is. If you look, I'm gonna move the camera on a little bit here. My table looks like that on one end, but if you go on the other end of the table, I have all my monitors and everything over there, my other cameras and that. So I got to figure out a way to set up my table here so I can practice shooting from the end of the table. So that's kind of hopefully gives you guys a little bit behind the scenes thing there. Let's go all bets set. So definitely gotta work on figuring out how to set up my table so I can practice from the end. And we'll probably work on that once we get to the black belt level, the end, shooting from the end of the table. Dice out. And we got a 257. Too much messing around here. So let's adjust that camera. Good. And I'm adjusting the camera so I can get the dice through. And I apologize for the short rolls here, guys. But hey, it is the end of the year. Let's have fun. Let's just kind of play around with things and that and see how it goes. I am definitely trying to make sure I'm not doing that. Push the wall back 3 feet. I play on a 12-foot table at home here, as well as the casinos. And on 12-foot tables, they do let you to set the dice as long as you don't take too long. Okay, so we doubled up on our bets here. Let's ladder up one more time and see if we get some of that money back. So we're gonna go $30 on that pass line. This is the last ladder up that we'll do. And if we don't get anything off of this roll, then we will figure out something else to do here. So we're down $180 so far. $191, $197 actually. So $197 we got to get back. $30 pass line bet. So the problem with my table here at home is not the walls behind it. It's all the crap that I have on the end of the table. My monitors, my computer, my clocks. I know what time it is on the end of the table. The the keyboards, all that stuff. I do know that I have a problem shooting 14-foot tables. That 2 feet makes a huge difference. It really does. Even from shooting from stick right 1 or 2. Or stick left 1 or 2. That does make a huge difference. So let's go $30 pass line bet, 5454. Let's actually, well, our 7s are showing up as 25. Let's switch over to the 3236 dice set. Doing a lot of double pitches. I had a person ask on one of my videos yesterday what I do if I double pitch a lot, and this is one of the things that I will do. I'll change either the landing zone or I'll change the set. So I told him I go to the all 7 set. We're going to try the 3V once, see what happens. Dice out. And we got a 628. That is the Duracell 8 again. So 8 will be our point. I don't know if I like the the way this chat is going there a little bit, but it is what it is. So what's 132, 198 inside we're going to go. So 198 inside. And for 198, that's going to bring us at, let's do this, $50 on the, no, that's not right. We're going to go $45 on that 5 and 9. We're going to go 54 on the 6. Let's go $25 pass line odds. And that'll bring us up to $199 on the inside. And again, we had a 6-2, so we're going to roll those dice back towards us. Go 6 on the inside, we'll go 2 on the inside. So that'll give us a 3V dice set on the bottom. It's a 4-6-4-2 dice set. And let's go all bets set there. We're going to look for 2 inside hits here. Let's see if we can get that. Actually, I might do it a little bit different. Let's see. Let's get a first inside hit here. We'll see what we're going to do next. Dice out. Yeah, we got a 4-2-6. So that's a 2x4. That was a little bit of a violent reaction off the back wall. They hit a little too close to the back wall. Again, I've been trying to pull my landing zone out back away from the back wall a little bit. That one right there was a $63 winner. So let's pick up that 4 and 10 for a quarter each. Make those buy bets. So that way we have everything covered all the way across. We'll go 4 on the inside, we'll go 2 on the inside. That's going to give us a cross 6s dice set on the bottom. So we have a 1-4-1-2 dice set. I just need a cameraman, says Dusty One. Yeah, it would be nice. And Cajun says bigger room just means more room for the journey. So all bets set. Dice out. Dice are splitting apart a little bit, so we're going to regrip them. Sometimes I just go in these little waves where I can grip the dice no problem every single time, and then I go through a couple where it's a little bit difficult. And we got a 6-5 mid-mo yo. Cheerio coming to us from above. Again, we're looking for one more box number hit here. Once we get that, we can come back down and we'll start at a lower level. Again, we need to make back about $160 some. So we're going to try to make some of that back on this shooter. We'll try to get some of it on the next dice, on the next shooter as well. So Kevin Smith's talking about a dice set that he found that works good for him this morning. He says he was on a 2 and 12 away from the ATS. Changed the set to a 6-5-1-5. He never hit the 2 or 12, but the roll continuing on for another 20 plus. That's good. Every dice set is different for every person, depending on how you throw, guys. Remember, there are 3 dice set families. The cross 6s, 2Vs, and 3Vs are all in the same family. You get the hard ways and then the all 7s family. So that's the 3 different families that you have. All bets set, and each dice set family responds differently according to how you throw the dice and how the dice land and roll. So dice out. And we got a 4-2-6, perfect. So another 2x4. So that will be enough to get out of this shooter finally, and we'll make some of that loss back on this, because what happens now is we have got $126 brought back to the rack. We're gonna go take all of our bets down. We're gonna go back to the 44 inside level. So that way we only have $62 on the table. So that means we made back $64 of that 100 something that we had lost. So we're still in the hole a little bit, but we got back a lot of that money that we had lost and we're a lot closer. So we're gonna go 4-2, roll it back towards us. We'll go 2 on the inside, 4 on the inside, gives us cross 6s in the bottom. We have a 1-4-1-2 set. So Dustin one is saying that that's Uncle Hoku's set. I don't know what his set is, so I told him my face was 6'5", 6'4". He took it to the casino and turned $200 into 4K. Wow. Cajun Craps says that he told a coworker about that. Luck does play a part of this, guys. Mechanics and constant practicing plays a part of this as well. And that's why we do this on a daily basis. This is documenting my journey. And I'm glad everybody's joining along here to work with me here. And we had the left eye roll back, hit the wall, kind of weird roll back. We got a 1-2-3, the ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So we're getting a little bit saucy there. But, you know, the chat that we have here, guys, this is what this is for. Talking about dice sets, talking about things in the craps community, talking about fun things. Doing whatever you want to do with it, as long as everything's presentable and decent. So we get roll the dice back towards us. We have a 2 on the inside. We have a 1 on the inside. Gives us an upside down 3V on top this time. We have a 3-1, 3-2 dice set. So Kevin, if you want, I don't know if you know anything about Bone Tracker. Bone Tracker is a free program that you can download from Access Power Craps, and you can input your dice rolls in there, and it'll help show you which sets are more likely to produce certain numbers. Something to consider. I'm not sure if you've used that at all, so check it out. And I've done a couple of videos actually, on how to download the Access Power Craps and how to use it and all that type of stuff. So we're gonna go all bet set here. We're looking for an inside number. Dice out. And we got a 1-5-6. That 6 is starting to turn into a hot number, but this is the first KitchenAid mixer that we've thrown for the day. Which is fine. I will keep on taking 6s. We're just going to press that 6 up to $18. So we'll take some money back to the rack. We'll put some back onto the table. And Jason says he's been practicing his throws about 40% of the time. The left eye crosses underneath the right one. Would this be a grip issue causing this? Possibly a grip issue. If you watch my show ever on a consistent basis, I have a similar problem. I always have one dice that goes off axis, and the other one usually either single or double pitches or safe primer or whatever. But I usually have one dice going off axis on my throw, and I also have my dice on a consistent basis crossing over, like you said, Jason. And in my opinion, and this is my opinion, it's not really a big deal as long as you can account for that. If that's your regular, then you can change your dice sets around to make it so it's beneficial for you. And that's what we're working on right now here at the Crapsee Journey Dungeon. But anyhow, we got 1-5 was the last one. We're going to roll this dice back towards us. Got a 1 on the inside. We got a 5 on the inside. Gives us 3V in the bottom. 4-1, 4-5 is the dice set. And the thing that I'm doing right now is called rhythm rolling. So I start off with a 3-2-3-6 dice set, and then I set the dice according to how I throw the dice or how they're pushed back to me even. But anyhow, we're gonna go all bet set here, dice out. And I've done a couple of videos on that as well, on how to set the dice using this rhythm rolling technique. And this is something I learned from George from CY. Dice out. That was a wild throw, guys. The way the dice rolled, we got a 5-2-7 out. So at least we got all the shooter into profit. Again, my goal is to make a profit or break even at anywhere between 2 to 4 rolls in, or actually 3 to 5 rolls in, because the first roll will be setting your point. Come on, Crapsee, let's work here decent for me. There you go. So we got all that shooter. We made a profit off of that shooter of $72. So we got some of the money back again that we had lost last time. Let's go to the level 2 on our ladder this time. That was level 3. Let's go to level 2. So we're going to go $20 pass line bet. And one of the things that hurt me in that last shooter is that we did not re-hit that point. When I re-hit the point, I bring my bets down usually. So we had $30 on the pass line. I would have brought it back down to $10. So that would have been an extra $20 or so back to the rack. That's a great question, Cajun. Jason, are you talking about the dice crossing in the air or after landing? If it's in the air, that's a problem, and that is a grip issue as well as a throwing issue. If it's crossing after it hits the table, that is a consistent problem that I have as well. So $20 on a pass line bet. Let's get a little bit more length in these rolls. That last one was only 7, so that was average. So they're crossing in the air. Okay, that is a problem with your grip and with your throw. So make sure that when you are gripping the dice that they are tight together. This is a 2-finger grip here, but I usually throw another grip in. My guess is that you're putting too much pressure with either your ring finger or your index finger if you're using the 3-finger front. You can also go to, if you want, and I can't do it with my left hand, I'll do it with my right hand. In my earlier videos for quite a while, I was using a Yuri style grip, and that's where I'm gripping the dice on the edges of the dice rather than the par style, which is on the top edge of the dice. So that might be something also. So George is actually talking about that as well, as it is a grip issue. So very good. Okay. So anyhow, all bets set here. Dice out. And we got a 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So that is a pass line loser on the come out. And by the way, good morning, George. Again, we're going to roll those back towards us. We got a 2 on the inside. We got a 1 on the inside. That gives us 3V dice set on the bottom. 4-2, 4-1 is our dice set. And again, we're going to go back up $20 on that pass line bet. We're going to go all bets set here. Dice out. And there is a crossover right there that I was talking about. But we have the 5-4-9, the hard 9, the big back. Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps is showing up. The first hard 9 that we have for today. My grip was 2 fingers with the left die inside. Dice rolled an angle. Okay. I know, we're going to roll those dice back towards us. We got a 4 on the inside. We got a 5 on the inside because this cross 6 is on the bottom. We have a 1-5-1-4 dice set. We're going to go with the 132 inside bet level. $30 on the 5, 36 on the 6 and 8. Let's go $10 pass line odds. And let's call that all bets set here. Dice out. Ooh, that left die stuck, our right die stuck to the table again. We have a 4, 2, 6, 2x4. We've thrown that quite a few times today. So that's going to allow us to do a 44 inside pressure, 2 units on each of the numbers that are up there. So let's pressure up 2 units. That'll bring our $5 to $40, our 6 and 8 to $48 each. Let's go with another $10 pass line odds. So we're at $20 on the odds. We're going to take these dice, we'll roll them back towards us. We'll go 2 on the inside, 4 on the inside. Again, cross 6s on the bottom. 1, 4, 1, 2 is the dice set. One of the things also, Jason, it was Jason, I think it was, yeah, Jason, that you want to make sure you practice, and let me get a different set of dice here so I don't mess up my set right now, is when you release the dice, try not to push with your thumb. When you release the dice, you want to let your thumb drop out so the dice come out square. A lot of times that pushing the dice might affect your overall throw as well. And one of the things that you do, and I do this in my earlier videos, is that my release drill. So just holding the dice and just pull your thumb out and just let the dice drop down on a table. So that way you can see, how the dice are landing. And they should not be crossing over when you do this type of drill. So that's something you can practice. Also, just release that thumb and allow the dice to fall out. So that way when you throw the dice, all you're doing is releasing that thumb so the dice roll off of the tips of your fingers. So that's something to consider as well for a practice drill. So let's go all bets set here. Hopefully that helps you as well. Dice out. And we got a 3, 2, 5. That's Justice 5. So that is perfect. So this is our second shooter in a row that we got out of it. So we are at that break-even point. So that is an extra $56 brought back to the rack. We're going to take all of our bets down, and we are going to go to 44 inside again. And that'll be $10 on the 5, 12 on the 6 and 8. We still have that $20 pass line bet, so we have $54 on the table. 78 brought back to the rack, and we are almost back, just a few dollars shy of where we started from today. So most of that stuff that we had lost, we recovered from. Again, roll those dice back towards us. We got a 3 on the inside. We got a 2 on the inside. Gives us cross 6s on the top. 6, 3, 6, 2. And let's go all bets set here. And I got to change the battery out of my Crapsee mouse because that is starting to act up on me a little bit. Dice out. A little bit long on the landing zone, so I was a little too close to the back wall. Landed right about in there. Came up as a 2, 5, 7. So we got out of the shooter just in time. And then, guys, you got to play that short game. Alfredo talks about that all the time. Play that short game. Try to get all the shooters as fast as possible, so that way anything that you can make past getting that break-even point is just gravy. And today, our rolls are just terrible. We're going to go at least one more shooter, if not 2 more shooters here. This dog never moves. Thumb, finger sling out. Yeah, the thumb dropping out is actually a big thing, because what happens is if you don't drop that thumb out, I don't know if you guys can, we'll see if this thing will help. If you don't drop that thumb out, what happens is you push those dice apart as they're leaving your hand, and it's kind of a micro type movement. You're not going to see huge difference, but it'll push those dice apart as you throw them, and that usually causes a lot of times the dice to go off axis. So something to consider going forward here. So we had a 3, 2, 3, 6 is what we'll go back to again. And we got out of that shooter, so we're going to go back to our normal $10 pass line bet. And this time we're going to get a 20-30 roller. Let's do it. Okay, all that's it. We're going to concentrate a little bit, and we're going to talk a little bit less here. Dice out. Ooh, I'm back on that bad habit again of the dice not have enough energy, and they stick to the table, so they're not hitting the back wall. Not only do I get called out on that at the casino, that is not my preferred thing. I do want them to touch the bottom of the back wall. So I know a consistency thing. But anyhow, that's a pass line winner, 167 on a come out. And that's another thing I want to try to reduce is those come out sevens because that is ruining the SRR average. 3236. So 3V dice is what we're using. Kevin's asking if it's better to throw close to the back wall or farther away. I'm assuming your landing zone is what you're talking about, and that's something that's individual to people. Most people try to stay in that 6 to 12 inch range. This is about 6 inches to about in here for their dice landing. So 6 to 12 inches is somewhere in there is where they try to keep it. I know the table I'm going to be playing at this next weekend, or tonight probably, is it has a very hard surface table, but the back wall is bouncy. So I actually try to get it back on that, right about here on that O, on the craps table. So that way it bounces and barely touches the wall. Because once it touches the back wall, the dice actually fly off almost like a trampoline. So you have to adjust your landing zone according to the table surfaces. $10 pass line bet again here. We got all bets set. Adjust your dice to the landing zone to the table surface as well as your own individual throw. Dice out. And we got a 268 Duracell 8. Again, support free live craps. So if you guys notice, my landing zone that time was back in here, and that is about 18 inches, about 16 inches or so from the back wall. And the dice both landed near the back wall. They touched just the bottom of it. So that's the perfect area for my throw that I try to do here. And I've been moving that landing zone back as we've gone as of late. I used to try to get my landing zone about that 3-inch mark, so I used to land them right here, so that way they would land and then just barely touch the back wall. But I'm trying to get a little more energy in the dice, so they can go a little bit more, a little bit further there. Anyhow, we got 66 inside. Let's do this one. So let's go 160 across. We're going to switch our betting up a little bit. We'll do a little bit of Dallas drawdown. We'll go $15 pass line odds. So we've got 155 on our table currently. Let's go $20 in pass line odds. So we'll bring it right up to 160. Again, we're going to take these dice. We're going to roll them back towards us. We'll go 6 on the inside. We will go 2 on the inside. 3V dice set. 3, 2, 3, 6. All bets set. Dice out. And that left eye did cross over that time. We got a 5-4, the Big Mac Hard 9. So 5-4, actually 4-5 it's called. 4-5, Big Mac Hard 9. So that is perfect for a first roll here. And that's gonna allow us now to bring the 4 and 10 down to $10 each. Just a little bit of a Dallas drawdown. So we're gonna make those place bets instead of buy bets like they were. So we're going to place them for $10 each. We got $10 on the 4 and 10. We got 25 on the 5 and 9 yet. 30 on that 6 with $20 in pass line odds. So take the dice. We'll roll them back towards us. We got a 5 on the inside, a 4 on the inside. Gives us cross 6s on the top. This time 6, 4, 6, 5 is the dice set. So Kevin's saying that he wants to try to get his dice to strike the back wall and stop dead. I want to eliminate the back rolling on a table. Anything to make his dice turn. I agree with that. And that comes down to an energy level thing as well as a landing zone issue. How hard you throw them, how high up you throw them, the table bounce itself. My table is a semi-bouncy table, so that's all things that I have to worry about. I know that when I go to casinos, the tables are usually a little bit harder than what mine are. Most of them are, not all of them, but most of them are a little bit harder of a table than mine. So it makes it actually a little bit easier for me to throw the dice out. And we have a 4-1-5. That's a horse and buggy. So you saw that one was a little bit closer of a landing zone. I landed right about there. And the energy levels was nice because they just dropped, they rolled forward, they touched, and then they came back just a little bit. So although that landing zone there was a little bit closer, that actually, energy-wise in the dice, it was actually pretty decent for that roll there. So we get the 4-1-5 for Crapsee. And that is enough to get out of the shooter. So we're going to bring our bets down. We have $80 brought back to the rack. We're going to bring our bets down. We're going to go to the 64 cross bet level. That's going to be $10 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. $12 on that 6. We have a $10 pass line bet. So we actually have $62 on the table. We have $80 brought back to the rack. So we are right now, guys, right where we started at in the beginning of the session. So we made all of our money back that we had lost. We're out of the shooter now, and we're only going on roll number 5 here. So this is the perfect situation. Hopefully we can let this continue. So we rolled the dice back towards us. We got a 4 on the inside, a 1 on the inside. Gives us 2V on the bottom this time. We have a 5, 4, 5, 1 dice set. So Kevin says his locals are on the hotter side as well, and he likes that. I like that also. Less bounce, I can actually have a little bit more, allow the dice to stick a little bit easier for me on a hard table, assuming that the back wall is not bouncy like the one I'm going to be playing at tonight. So dice up. Dice did cross on me, guys, and hey, we got out of the shooter. The length of my rolls are terrible today. 4, 3, 7. But if you're playing it right, you can get out of that roll. We did make a profit off of that one. Not much, but it was a profit. We made $18 on that shooter. So like I said, we did get, we're a little bit short now because we lost the money that was on the table. So we're $60 short from where we started at today. If I would have pulled all the money off the table, I would have been at that break-even point. And that's where the blue-collar craps plays a part here, guys. You need to be aware of what's on the table and where you are in your bankroll. If I would have pulled off, I would have been at the break-even point pretty much for the day. After being down almost $200 some dollars there, almost $300, I would have considered that a success then. Anyhow, so let's try this one more time. Let's go $10 pass line bet. And this will be our last shooter for the day here. Let's make it a long one. And we're going to go with that Dallas drawdown again. We're going to go to that 160 cross bet level here once we get started. 3, 2, 3, 6 is the dice set. Again, we have been having a problem today. We're not having anything of length as far as our rolls are concerned. I do feel comfortable with the bet, or the way I'm rolling for the most part today. The action off the back wall seems to be appropriate for me. Most of them, at least. Dice out. A little bit high of a bounce up on the back wall, but we have a 4, 2, 6. It's a 2 by 4. So dice bounced up to about here this time, which is right above that 3 mark. I try to keep them in the bottom too. But 4, 2, 6, 6 will be our point. 6 has been a strong number today. We've rolled the 6 times so far today, and that is out of 27 rolls. So, and that's Kevin. That's what I'm trying to make this blue collar series about. Unfortunately, today though, we're getting to that break-even point and not getting much further. I like to take a couple hits before I bring some of the money down. But again, I need to set goals and need to stay consistent and disciplined on it. Roll those dice back towards us. We got a 2 on the inside. We got a 4 on the inside. Gets this cross 6s on the bottom. We have a 1, 4, 1, 2 dice set. Again, we're going to go with the 160 cross. We're going to do the Dallas drawdown. And that'll be $25 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10, $30 on the 8. Let's go $20 in pass line odds. We've got 22 people watching, 11 likes on YouTube, so make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out if you guys are enjoying this content. We did get a little bit more detailed into some of the dice sets today and some of the grips and the ways of throwing in that, so hopefully everybody's in agreement with what we had. If you guys do disagree with some of the stuff, make sure you do mention it in the chat. As long as it's constructive, I don't mind the criticism. Again, this is a journey for all of us. This is my Craps Master dice shooting journey, but I want everybody to be participating in it and give heads up, give tips, give your opinions. As long as you have some facts or you can back it up, we are open for all types of trying to improve our throws and our rolls and our success on the table. Let's go all bets set. Dice out. Yeah, we got a 5-5 hard 10. The Old Bay bushel shows up finally. So we have not thrown, I don't think we've thrown a lot of hard ways today, but that is a perfect hit for here because that's going to be $50 brought in minus the vig. But even though we hit that 10, we're going to bring the 4 and 10 down to $10 each. So we're going to make those place bets. We have $49 brought back. We have 130 on the table currently. We're going to go back to the 3-2-3-6. Anytime I have a hard way set or a bad number on top, I always go back and start over at 3-2-3-6 dice set, which is a 3V on top. You are 100% accurate in that, Kevin. That's what you need to really consider when you're at the table. Sometimes you're always looking for that one more hit, and it does not come, and that usually ends up biting you. An example would be last Friday. I was at the casino. Brian Fliega, who may be in chat yet, he was earlier, was witness to this. I was down about $200 some, and I had worked my way back, so I was actually in a profit in the rack $12, but I still had like $70 or $80 on the table. And Brian actually made a comment to me, hey, Joe, are you going to pull that down so you can make go? And I said, no, today I'm just going to go for it. And sure enough, the next number was the big red, and I lost that $70, whereas if I would have, followed what Brian was suggesting, I would have been up $74 or $75, which would have been my profit for the day. At least my goal is between $75 to $100 every time I go to the casino. So all that set. But I had told him that I was actually there to have fun. As long as I was at the break even, I was happy. I did get that $200 some back to get to the profit, so that was a success in its own. That right die was wild, took off on us 3-4-7, so we're not having a good day here, and I think we're going to call it wraps right there. That was a loss. We only needed one more hit to get out of that shooter, so we did not successfully do that. But hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. If you guys have been watching like Crap Shooters lately, he's been doing a cookie crumbles thing, and he does the Cookie Monster sounds. It's kind of funny actually. But anyhow, guys, I wish our rolling would have been better today. I apologize. It's measly results. We have an SOR of 4.8 today, 4.1 SRR. Only one come out 7, so that was actually good, I guess. We ended up going with 6 shooters today. Our longest roll was 7, so we had subpar throwing the entire day. But hey, shit happens. That's the way it happens. Hey, we did not even throw a 4 today. That's surprising. But our strong number today was the 6, and unfortunately the 7. Our box numbers are low today. Inside numbers are average. 4s and 10s are really low. Come out 7s are low. Horns are high, but fields are low. Hardways are low. Good morning, Marble Fork. Let's go through our brown belt statistics. This is through the end of yesterday. Through the end of yesterday, we had 3,489 throws on brown belt. That brings us to an SOR average of 9.49 and SRR average of 6.91. Again, our goals for the SOR are 10.0 or better. We're sticking in that mid-9 range, so maybe that might be a good goal for once you get to black belt. We'll see, but I'm really concerned about the SRR. I want to get that average up closer to that 8.0. But anyhow, guys, hey, this is my last live stream for 2023. Next time I'll be back is on Monday, which will be 2024. Good morning, Mike from On Point Craps. But hey, guys, I hope that everybody has a safe end of the year here. I hope that your holiday season is going great for you. But guys, I can't wait to see you guys back on Monday in the new year, and we can hopefully have a successful 2024 going forward. My name is Joe. This is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Have a great day, great weekend. Be successful and be